First this evening, confusion at today's meeting of Parliament's Public Accounts Committee PAC as the proceedings came to a premature end.
Clerk of the House, Heather Cook, called for an end to the meeting, citing that the PAC was not properly convened. TVJ's Kalisha Williams was there and now reports.
Opposition members only, members of the PCJ, Petrojam, the Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister and the Auditor General at a meeting of the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament to discuss the findings of the Auditor General's report on Petrojam. The meeting was never part of the schedule sent out by Parliament last week. At 10 Tuesday morning, the Economy and Production Committee meeting should have been held, but it was adjourned early, and instead the PAC met. Starting about 20 minutes after, it was down to business quickly. But almost an hour and a half later, an abrupt adjournment.
I don't think the clerk reports to the House Leader.
I don't think he does either. That would have to come from the Speaker, I think, if anyone.
Yes,
Yeah.
it would have to come from the House.
Yeah.
I think we can safely disregard that.
The letter said the Clerk of the House was instructed by Leader of Government Business Carl Samuda to withdraw the services of her staff from the PAC meeting with immediate effect.
And I could not instruct the clerk, and nor did I attempt to instruct the clerk. I simply advised the clerk of her own powers.
Moments later, PAC Chairman Mark Golding received another memo outlining the meeting was illegal. Mr. Samuda, who was at Gordon House, told the media that the meeting was ended because it was improperly convened. He said 30 days' notice is needed, but the notice for this meeting was only 3 days.
There is a proper way to conduct the affairs of Parliament. It's not a fry fish shop we're running.
Attorney General Marlene Malahoo Ford showed us emails between the PAC chairman and Committee Clerk of Parliament, Grace and Frankson Morrison. On Monday, Mrs. Frankson Morrison told Mr. Golding that only 4 PAC members have voted for the meeting and 5 persons against. Mr. Golding responded, "So is that 5 of 5? If so, as PAC chairman, I'm voting in favor of the PAC meeting going ahead for tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Our newsroom was also notified this morning by the opposition that a meeting would be held.
It appears that the chairman of the PAC is of the view that the committee can delegate its powers to the chair. That is not what is provided by the standing order. In fact, the standing order specifically states that the power of a committee cannot be delegated to its chair.
But if it was a breach of the standing orders of Parliament, why was it allowed to go on for more than an hour?
I was in the midst of chairing the parliamentary caucus. That was the basis on which we said we would not find it convenient to meet today. In the midst of it, somebody reported that the meeting of the committee was in session. We deliberated for a minute because we couldn't believe it. We were shocked.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness on Monday announced that the PAC would be reviewing the Auditor General's report on Petrojam, and the leader of the opposition had said the meeting should be held by mid-January, the latest.
This was communicated to the leader of opposition business by me personally last night while he was attending his executive meeting. I heard them in the background talking about it. And I spoke to him and said, we are willing to facilitate this meeting on the 18th of December, which was next week.
Kalisha Williams, TVJ.